Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Marie from Pear Tree Paper Crafts, and I'm back today with a 12x12 process video for Lottie Loves Paper using the Shimelle Field Trip collection from American Crafts. Because this one is for Lottie Loves Paper, I must mention at the start that this is an advertisement. So what you can see me doing right now is preparing the cardstock. So I've used a sheet of paper called let me just check. Stay Curious, this one. So it's got lots of sentiments, big sentiments on the back, and those beautiful multicoloured stars on the other side. And I decided to use just a strip of that to run across my page. Now, my initial thoughts are to have it running horizontally, and I love the idea of doing this sort of tone-on-tone embellishments. So I'm just going to play with some of those embellishments now and decide where they're going to go. Some of those are from the ephemera pack, and some of them are from a sheet of paper called Between Classes, and I've fussy cut them. So the Between Classes sheet I would really recommend, because there's loads and loads on there that you can use, and I think I've used something fussy cut from the sheet on every single layout I've done so far. This is my fourth layout with the collection. I'm having so much fun with it. It is a really fun collection. Obviously I have a little boy to scrap, and it's just absolutely perfect, and I really am enjoying using it. So yeah, loads of fun, this collection. So you've just seen me swap out my cardstock there. I did start on white for my background. I decided that it should be black because I'm doing like a spacey themed page, and I feel like I kind of want to have that spacey idea in the background there with it being black. So now I'm just playing with this cardstock sticker, and I'm just going to stick this down now. I'm going to be really brave and stick it down, because I think I'm happy with where it's going. You'll see very soon that I actually changed my mind, and I'm not happy with how it turns out where it is there, and I end up changing quite a bit about the layout. So I've left all that in because it really does show the process that happened on this one. This was not one of those layouts that sort of fell together that I was really happy with from the start, knew exactly where I was going and what I was going to do. It was a real kind of bit of a battle really to get this one to come together, but I knew what I wanted and I knew kind of how I wanted it to look. So in the end, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It just took a bit of perseverance to get there in the end. So what I'm doing now again is just popping those bits of ephemera back on, because I still want this idea of it being tone on tone, and I'm just placing some of them in there. But I know I'm struggling down there in that blue section because there isn't enough space for all the blue bits that I'd really like to get on. So I have a little look at it and I decide that I'm going to pop a title on, and I start with the blue letters, and then I realise I don't have enough of those left. So then I go to the red ones and I decide to try the title Rocket Man. And those red letters there really do sort of pop off from the page, and they do look really nice sort of sitting there. But I know there's something that I'm still not quite happy with about this page. So then I grab the sticker sheet again, and there's some little tiny sort of rockets and meteors and things that I thought, oh, I could fill that black space with, but when I put them on, they kind of looked a bit lost, like they weren't really attached to anything, and I prefer to do embellishments in clusters, so I decided to move those again, so they came back off, and then I decided to take my title back off because there's something about the way it is at the moment that's just not quite working for me, so I decided to take it back off, and then I have a little bit of a look at it, and I decided it's that strip there that I'm not particularly happy with. And then I decide, right, I'm going to try turning it round. So we've gone from a horizontal strip to a vertical strip, the picture down there at the bottom, and then I think, well, if I've got it this way around, I can then have some of my ephemera sort of sat on the black, and it really pops off the black. So then I think I'm eventually happy with how that's going to work. So then I'm just going to reposition sort of lots of my little bits of ephemera. I've got my little Rocket Man there, and I've got all sorts of bits and pieces that are going to tuck in behind the photograph, and then I do wonder about, maybe do I put some matting behind my photo or do I leave it? And then I find that stripy piece of paper. Now that stripy piece of paper in the collection is called Going Up. There are arrows on the other side which are brilliant, but I decide instead of using the arrows, I'm going to use those colours, but I'm not going to use them in the colour that they are in the order that they are provided, because it doesn't match with my stars and my little rainbow that's going on down there. So I cut up the strips and I tuck them all in. It also gives a tiny little black space between each one of them, which really makes them stand out, and I'm so much happier with that because it looks like now that those stars are really anchored to the page. And then I find space to pop that sticker in, that countdown sticker, which I'm really, really happy about because I wanted that on the page so much, but it just wasn't quite working. So I'm going to cover up the little bit of pink on there because I really didn't want any more colours adding into this collection, into this layout that I'm doing. And now I'm just using my wet glue to stick down those little tabs. I do decide to kind of pull them out and do them a bit, some further in, some further out. Thankfully, I hadn't stuck down that star paper right at the edge with my double-sided sticky, which has enabled me to sort of tuck those little tabs in down the side and tuck the stickers in at the other side. So really happy now. I think that's really anchored to the page. So now I'm just popping some foam on the back of my photograph, and going to prop that up and pop some double-sided sticky on there as well, and position that where it's going to go. And then around that photograph I can put all my different bits of ephemera. Now I'm going to prop up half of that Explore the Possibilities on foam, and then I'm going to put the rest with, I don't know if I use double-sided sticky or if I use a bit of glue. I'll use a bit of glue because it's already, the photograph's already propped up, so I didn't want it propped up any further. And then now I'm going to position my ephemera again. Again, still sticking with the tone on tone idea, and this way of having the pages enabled me to fit more of those blue elements on that I was struggling to sort of squeeze in before, because the blue ones are the ones that are actually themed with the page. So there was some astronauts and some rockets, and there's a satellite and all sorts. So I really liked the idea of having all of those in that sort of diagonal line across. That was not intended in the start. I was not going for diagonal, but it worked out in the end. So I'm just using wet glue now to position my bits of ephemera. I haven't propped any of them up on dimensional foam or anything. I decided to just have it as the photograph that sort of popped up off the page. So just sticking all of those down, and then I think I do go back to the sticker sheet, I think, and I think I maybe find another couple of pieces. Yeah, I do. A few of those little word phrases. There's a wonder one gone down there, and then a few more. Oh, there's a oh hello one that I've just popped up there, and a little blue one at the side of the photograph. Oh, and a tiny little star. Oh, and another little astronaut. There's loads of pieces in this collection. You could go on forever embellishing. But I think I stopped there. And this is my last step. I go round with my white pen and I create the night sky, basically. I do little dots, big dots, and then some little stars, just to finish it all off. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this process video, and I hope it inspires you to maybe look into getting this collection, or to inspire you to create something similar. Please, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back soon with more layouts for this collection. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching.